Hi there. I am going to talk today about almond flour because I've been asked a few times, is it worth the money? Because it is more expensive than all-purpose wheat flour for baking. So thank you for joining my video. I'm Dr. Glenna and I'm a naturopathic doctor and I am a mother of 3 small kiddos. Kate is napping. This is Isabel and Luke. And I'm also the creator of your guide to optimal health. They were excited to come in the video, so we'll have to see how calm we can keep things. But we're going to talk about almond flour because it is more expensive than wheat flour. And so is it worth the money? So let's go through some of the benefits of almond flour. The first thing is, if you're looking for wheat-free or gluten-free options, definitely this is the way to go for baking. If you're trying to go paleo or ketogenic or looking for gluten-free, or if you're looking for a low carb, it should be in your pantry. The other and by the way, if anything is gluten-free, then it is automatically wheat-free. Can't say the same if it's vice versa. Like if it's wheat-free, it could still have gluten in it because barley has gluten and spelt has gluten and kamut has gluten. However, if it's gluten-free, then it's definitely wheat-free. So the next one is it's low glycemic. So it does not spike your blood sugar, which is great for maintaining blood sugar. And because it's low glycemic and it does not spike blood sugar, then it's wonderful for diabetes because you're not going to ever get that spike in blood sugar the way you would after wheat. The next one is that it's high in fat, and just one sec. It's high in fat and it's high in protein, and this is healthy fat. So it's high in omega-6, it's anti-inflammatory. The next one is they've done studies and they put 2 different groups on a low-calorie diet. So I think it was 2,000 calories, but the groups were equal in their calories. And they each were allowed to have 3 ounces of either almonds or a complex carb. And almonds are considered a complex carbs. So when they could have any complex carb, it wasn't simple carbs. The group that had the 3 ounces of almonds lost more weight, quite a bit. It was something like 62% more, and it was over 3 weeks. So that was pretty significant. And the next thing that is very significant is that it decreases the changes that occur in the colon or in early stages before colon cancer. They did studies and noticed that it decreases the risk that you would get those changes in the colon previous to colon cancer. So that's significant. So it's known now because a few studies have shown this as anti-cancer. So to me, when I buy almond flour, I don't look at it like I'm buying a flour for baking. I look at it like I'm buying a multi-mineral vitamin. It doesn't have every single vitamin and mineral in it, but I'm buying vitamins and minerals when I purchase that flour. I'm buying much less if I buy all-purpose wheat flour. So just one sec, Luke. Because almonds they're high in B2, they're high in manganese, they're high in copper, they're really high in vitamin E, which is why it's very promising in the studies that have been done on circulation and cardiovascular. One of the reasons is because, well, it's high in omega-6 fatty acids, and it is high in vitamin E, which is, we know, it benefits the heart and it's great for circulation. The other thing, it's high in calcium, it's high in magnesium, and it's high in potassium. So when you compare almond flour to wheat flour, this is kind of how we compare. Wheat flour is high glycemic, not the best solution if you're diabetic or if you have any blood sugar problems. So wheat flour is lower in protein, lower in good fat, higher in carbs. And these days, because we're kind of overeating carbs, that it's a really good choice if you're trying to have a low carb diet. So the other benefits are that when they look at carbohydrates from coconut flour to wheat flour to almond flour, wheat flour is 23 carbohydrates, coconut is 16, and almonds are 6. So it's like a very low glycemic, it's a high protein food, so it's very beneficial. I think it's probably 3 times the cost. However, when you reach for it and you're paying for it, it's much easier to know, hey, this is helping prevent colon cancer. This is going to stabilize my blood sugar, mine and my kids, just a sec, Luke. And it's also going to do things like fill me up more because it's higher in good fats. So when you are buying it, that might help ease the grief when you're paying that much more for almonds. So that's a great place to put it there. This is our almond flour. That's why Luke has it here. We bake a lot with it. Once it's opened, to keep it fresh, it's a great idea to keep it in the fridge. Any kind of nuts, they stay much fresher in the fridge and oxidize less. So the other thing I want to mention, if you're baking with, I get the questions about almond flour or coconut flour. Almond flour, you can do 1-to-1 with whole wheat, but it's going to give you a thicker batter. Don't worry about it. Don't add extra liquid, because you'll notice that when you bake that and it comes out of the oven, it's not going to bake through. It's going to be liquidy if you add extra liquid, so don't add extra liquid. The other thing is with coconut flour, it's much more drying, so it's going to soak up whatever it is in that recipe. So with coconut flour, it is a good idea to add more liquid. And coconut oil also is good in high fat, good in protein. It's a little bit less fiber than almond flour. So when you're introducing almond flour or coconut flour, your gut may take a little bit to get used to, especially almond flour, just a second, because of the increased fiber. So go slow, don't go crazy with it, and just add it in over 2 or 3 weeks. And the same benefits with almond flour apply to almonds. And it's interesting to note that 90 almonds are used to make 1 cup of almond meal or almond flour. So when you look at that, you can understand why it's priced so high, because almonds and other nuts are quite expensive now. So they're using 90 just to make 1 cup of almonds. So I thought that would help, because eating healthy, baking things, especially in clean eating, can cost more. But I do challenge you to look out for what you're spending in a month, because you're going to take out less, you're going to buy less snacks, less fast food and things like that, and less packaged foods. So overall, I find that we actually spend less money when we follow clean eating. So feel free to share this video, because I know that almond flour is getting much more popular, and sometimes it's hard to justify the price. And I explained that to somebody, one of my clients 2 weeks ago, and she was surprised. She had no idea the benefits, there was that many benefits with almond flour, and said that she'd probably never question paying more for almond flour than wheat flour, because you're paying for something that's going to prevent disease and has been shown to, and stabilize your blood sugar. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully you guys are doing some baking on your own this week with either hopefully sugar-free or low glycemic, or something that's got some good health benefits. We usually bake a few things a week, so I thought I'd jump on and share some benefits about almond flour with you guys. So take care, and again, feel free to tag anybody if you know they do a lot of baking, or they have any blood sugar issues, trying to lose weight, or are looking for more low glycemic, less blood sugar spikes, but love to bake. Almond flour is a great alternative. Okay, take care and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Want to say bye?
Bye. Bye.